So I think it's fair to say that this whole thing in Russia and Ukraine is getting a little bit weird. Why hasn't Russia just taken it over yet? They've got so much more of an advantage in terms of manpower and really just military power. Why are they stalling? So I figured I'd give everyone kind of a different view on what's going on here, because it seems like Russians now have a problem with it. There are people who are going on TV and on camera telling the world that they don't like what's going on. So there was a military band in Russia a few days ago who was singing the song, let me make sure I get this right. Yes, yes, yes to a sunny world, and no, no, no to a nuclear explosion. Not the best written song I've ever heard, but they decided to stop by a mall or a food court, or really, I'm not really sure what they have in Russia. Nuclear food court? Extra side of radiation? Watch what happens when they're singing this song. This is what happens to people who go against the war in Russia, who are Russian, or who are citizens of Russia. Oh, you guys don't like what we're doing in Russia? Okay, well, let me just bend you over and walk you out of this mall. I mean, can you imagine if we did this in 2020 when all the BLM riots were going on? Oh, you don't like President Trump? Okay, well, let me just bend you over and walk you the hell out of the US. How about that?
How about that?
Now, from what I can make out from the patches on these masked guys, I'm pretty sure they're wearing the patch of the Spetsnaz, which are essentially Russia's Delta Force or SEAL Team 6. I don't know how they haven't found Zelensky yet, if he really is in Ukraine, but I guess Putin's sending them to malls. Now, this next clip is just really odd to me. I have to imagine that news companies, at least in the US, have some sort of security at the door. They don't want some idiot just running in saying, screw Trump, while Tucker Carlson's on. Well, in Russia, I guess that's not really their concern until now. Check this out.
Сотрудничество в рамках союзного государства, а на совещании в правительстве обсуждали, как сохранить доступность лекарств.
No war. Russians against war. I wonder where that woman is right now. Probably in prison somewhere or dead. And if all of this isn't enough, Elon Musk decides to put his 2 cents out there and decides to challenge Putin to one-on-one combat or a duel.
Billionaire Elon Musk has challenged Russian President Vladimir Putin to a duel to decide the fate of Ukraine. So, Musk tweeted the direct challenge to Putin, writing in a mixture of English and Russian, "I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin to single combat. Stakes are Ukraine. Do you agree to this fight?"
I'm really curious to hear what he means by single combat. Obviously, it's him against Putin, but are we talking guns? Are we talking a duel like an old Western movie where you walk out 10 steps, turn around and fire? Are we talking about like a UFC match where 2 guys get into an octagon and kind of duel it out? Here's what I can say knowing a decent amount about Putin and Elon Musk. Putin is a 9th degree black belt in Taekwondo. He's also a black belt in Judo. Here's a little clip of him in action. Now, me not even being close to a black belt in any of these things, but being a consistent practicer of jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, I can tell you that if this is going to be like an octagon match, Elon Musk will get his ass handed to him. But I respect him because you know what? The old school way of handling things sometimes is just better. There's a certain time to talk, and then there's a certain time to just put your fists up and say, okay, there's no more talking. Now, that being said, Elon Musk says that he has dabbled in some martial arts And he is like 15 years younger than Putin. He's a lot taller, he's a lot bigger, so that's a pretty big advantage. Wouldn't that be amazing though? If wars and just issues between people, nations, anything on Earth were just handled with duels. All I gotta say is this is going to be very, very interesting if Putin decides to go into a NATO-protected country.